when I was a kid, my granddaddy used to give us $5. And y'all, that was like $1 million to me, okay? Did you grow up getting allowance as kids? We all kind of did, right? Well, I don't think it was exactly that, but I guess when you're that young and you're a little kid and you're cute and your granddaddy, your parents want to give you something, a little change in your pocket. Well, my granddaddy used to give me $5, but what I used to do with the money, because when people just give you money and you don't earn it, you just do what you want to do with it, right? And as a kid, I used to love going into like the grocery store and the little machines that cost like $0.25. Because I was obsessed with rings and stuff. Like you see my rings on my finger right now. I have always been this way, all right? So I would take that little $5 my granddaddy gave me and get some change in my pocket and then go to that little machine and turn it and pray that a ring came out that little bubble, okay? And then I would by the time I got to high school, I had rings all across my finger that said, this hand said Jenny. What you think this hand said? This hand said Kate. I was Jenny Kate back then, okay? Now they call me J Hood. And then when I got older, I make the J Hood ring. But that's not what this is about. Let me get to it. But also in that bubble gum machine, like, okay, other things would pop out, but I was hoping for the rings. Then I would get like the jawbreaker gum, which we had no business with because now we need to go to the dentist because we done messed up our teeth. Or what about those little balls that popped out and then as soon as you bounced it, it disappeared? Has anybody found that ball since? Anybody? This is still not what this is about. But you know what? It brings me to allowance. Let's talk about allowance because it's apparently, speaking of allowance in the headlines, pull it on up, the pros and cons of giving your kids allowance. Is that okay to give your kids allowance today? Yeah, you think so?
I wish.
What do you think, Andy?
My kids are 18, my sons, and I didn't do allowance, and I wish I had. Because when I was a kid and I would get $5 or $7 for the month, the first time I did that, I spent it the first day, and I was like, oh, I have nothing for the next month. And you learn, and I learned very early, I can spend $2 today, and then next Sunday I'll spend another. My kids have no idea what it means to budget, because I've always been there like an ATM.
Which makes it tricky because I believe in both. I feel like, okay, well, it's okay to get allowance, which like you do your chores at home and then you earn an allowance for it. But then at the same time, I grew up where they said you don't get a reward for what you're supposed to do, too. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it raises the question, should your kids have to earn their allowance? Or should they be, right? Because doesn't it teach them, don't you agree? I feel like it teaches the kids, one, it teaches them about life and then how to value money, how they're going to spend the money, and then they won't go into life not having any of that knowledge and went like your kids, and then they get grown and don't know how to handle anything. So I feel like it teaches them that, and I feel back in the day when Granddaddy was giving me $5, that phase when you're that young and little, it's like, okay, that's when they should maybe instill the lesson to be able to be like, okay, now, this is what you're supposed to do. Do your chores, clean up, right? And then when you get a little older, okay, now you done earned a little change. Here you go, put this $20 in your pocket. Because as we gradually teach them as they walk through life about how to value their means. I'm gonna tell you this story and I'm gonna shut up. But my job is to talk to you, okay? Like my son, I have my son and 8 of his cousins, and some of them are now working. Now when we were used to go out, they don't mind ordering every drink on the thing. Like, you know what? Bring us 5 sparkling waters, we'll take it. Now they got jobs, they took me out, they was like, excuse me, how much is that sparkling water? They like, so you still thirsty? No, don't put that on the table. So when you make them understand the value, as the kids say, catch this, it hits different when you gotta earn it, okay? Do y'all not agree? Now, speaking of chores, this dog may not pay rent, but she is surely doing her part. Take a look. If a dog do it. allowance, right? If a dog can do it, I mean, we all can. You know what, y'all? I'm so excited about my first guest today. Shemar Moore is here. Yes, he is. We'll be right back. Our first guest is a fan favorite here at the show. He's been entertaining us for over 30 years, and he is still as handsome and charming as ever. Y'all, please welcome the one and only Shemar Moore. What you got?
I like to take over your show in the beginning.
Yes.
I've been doing this for 30 years.
Yes, you have.
I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm 54 years old. And I knew I was coming to your show.
Uh-huh.
And for those of you who followed my career, I started on The Young and Restless. See, this is the one and only J. Hud, but I'm just gonna sit here and interview myself. Okay?
Uh-oh.
No.
You ain't got to do that.
I'm kidding. So I started my career on The Young and Restless, and then I did this little thing called Soul Train.
Soul Train.
Now, the reason I'm taking over her show is, do you notice I'm winded? Because I came out of my dressing room.
The way you slid out here?
No,
Okay.
but I just came out of my dressing room, and your whole squad had the Soul Train line going on, and I wasn't ready.
You wasn't ready?
I wasn't ready.
That's called the spirit tunnel.
But then Showtime kicked in, and I was like, hey, what's happening?
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, what's happening?
Okay.
I was like, hey, what's happening?
Oh my goodness. Well, that was the way to say welcome to the show. Did you not feel all that love?
I did.
Now, I gotta ask you, before
This is beautiful.
Do you like my colors today?
No, this is beautiful.
This is my happy
that
place
powder
color.
blue, you are working that. Yeah, you win.
Thank you.
won.
Thank you. This is Shemar. Approved. I may have to glide across the floor, too. You danced yourself right on out here with some good energy. This new year is amazing for you so far, huh?
I'm a happy dude. I'm a blessed dude.
You
I'm a happy
exude joy.
dude. No, the last time I was here, I was saying thank you to all the homies, fans, and baby girls.
Yes.
Because everybody who supported me through the years. And we were talking about the SWAT, SWAT that I've poured my everything into.
Yes.
We were talking about it may be 13 episodes to say goodbye. But I did sit out here with you, and I said, they say it's over, but what if it's not?
You spoke
I said, say it's
Yes,
over.
you did.
And you know what, y'all? Y'all listen. Y'all listen.
Y'all listen.
Y'all listen.
And it's back again.
Yeah, and this is real. This is the power of social media and the power of y'all and your passion. You made so much noise. I swear on everything I made that the powerful people at Sony and CBS, they heard you, and season 8 is here and we back.
Oh my goodness. So you're off to a great start this year.
Yeah.
Before we get into the show, tell me about your beautiful baby girl. She's 2 now?
That's why I'm so damn happy.
I know.
I'm happy about SWAT, y'all. Don't get it twisted.
Do you see the
Yeah.
baby? She's getting big.
That's my little baby girl. That's my miracle. That's little Frankie. No, she is the reason I'm so damn happy. And my girl Desiree.
Yes.
Me and Desiree reconnected, and
Such a beautiful family.
you all know that Mama's up in heaven, and her dream was to see this happen. She wanted to be a grandma, and Mama made sure I wasn't alone. And I can't prove it, but I think between God and my Mama, they made sure that I wasn't alone. And I got Desiree and I got Frank.
Look at that. Ain't that a blessing? What did you do for her birthday? She just turned 2.
Well, today's her birthday. Today's her birthday.
Yes.
So I get to come out here and kick it with y'all.
Okay, and then you're gonna dance around with your baby
Oh,
after
yeah.
this?
Yeah, no, we take her to the park. We got a situation upstairs. She loves to swing. She loves to slide, and she's a water baby. She's a water baby. So I just bounce her around in the pool, swing her around in circles, and throw her up, and bring her down. Make sure her head don't go underwater, because Jezreel will knock me out. But she loves the water. Like we have this, I don't know what you call it. It's like a little kiddie pool
A
pad,
kiddie pool, yeah.
and it sprinklers up like that, and then she just spins around in circles and loves all that.
And it just brings you so much joy to see her go.
That girl truly has given me purpose. She saved my life. She saved my life. Because I don't want to. This is J Hud. And we want to have fun. So I'm not going to get heavy, but I want to say something real. My mama was my everything. She was my best friend, my partner in crime. We loved hard, we fought hard, but it was all from love. And I lived my whole life to make her proud. And when she left, I was lost. And I was like, but I'm blessed. I have a good job. I've got stuff. I've got a house. I've got toys. I've got stuff. People know my name. But I was in a place of like, so what? Like, what does it all mean? Why am I doing this? And then little Frankie came along, and that's what it's all about right there.
God always got somebody in this little Frankie, which is a blessing. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Now, I saw she's easily amused by what you're doing in this clip.
I'm telling you,
Clip.
is this what I think it is?
Oh, my
Let me
goodness.
see.
1,
Yes.
2, 3.
Gotcha.
Oh, she
So-
is such a light.
I'm telling you, she's a water baby. So what was happening right there, I pick her up and I said, can Daddy have a hug? And she goes, oh, and she hugs you. And I said, can Daddy have a kiss? And she goes, ma. And then she immediately goes, jump, jump. And so that's where you throw them up in the air.
Oh, wow.
So she knows if she hugs me and kisses me, she gets to jump. So I jump, jump, jump. Well, Daddy got tired. Daddy got tired.
So what you do?
And I started sweating from doing this. So I went and got that spray bottle and sprayed myself to cool down.
Stop it.
And then just being a bad daddy, because my girl wasn't around, I was like, gotcha. And I was waiting for her to lose her mind and start crying. And she loved it. She said, do it again.
Do it again?
Do it again. And I was like, on your marks, get set. And we did that for about 45 minutes.
I love that. Let me tell you something, though. Because you're in love with your baby. You know, I always say we can't match a kid's energy. You know, if you have another one, then they can play together. You want to have another one? You think another one is going to come?
Okay, this is real life. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm 54 years old. My home, our home, is full. She has a 6-year-old little girl, Charlie. She has an 18-year-old son named Caden. I was raised an only child, and I got all the love from my mama. And at 54, honestly, I don't want to worry twice. Now, let me explain that. I don't want to worry twice. God willing, I make it to 90. That's a blessed full life for me.
Yes.
But that's 37 years old for her. So full life for me, but maybe gone too soon for her. So whatever time I have left, God willing, I just want to give it all to my baby girlfriend.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, we want to give her something, so we got a little birthday gift for her. Before we go to break, this is for little baby Frankie.
Oh, get out of town. Yeah.
Isn't it precious?
Yeah.
You're such a dad.
See, we just, yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
I love it.
Oh,
Well, with
that's
Shemar
amazing.
Moore, we'll be right back, y'all. We're back with Shemar Moore. Listen. Okay, tell everyone, what can we expect from season 8 of SWAT?
Season 8 is coming in hard. It's jumping off. It's when you hear that theme song, na 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 na. Yeah. I got back in the gym. You know, I got back in the gym. I had to get rid of that dad bod. And I was trying to get Hondo back together once we got uncanceled. So you're gonna see motorcycle chases, car chases, helicopter stuff. Hondo, you're gonna see a lot of fun. We got new team members. So there's a lot of folks missing some of the folks that had to leave us.
Oh, okay.
But we got some new team members that you're gonna meet, and they're dope. They're dope, and they play their position in wonderful personalities, huge talent. But just that signature action, Hondo being a bad man.
Oh, that excited him. That is for sure. I gotta ask, I know you do a lot of your own stunts, right?
I try to.
You try to. What's the scariest thing you've ever filmed?
Hondo, my character is not scared of nothing. All right, he's an ex-Marine. He just flies around on helicopters. So, you know, I got an ego. I got an ego. So I do my best. All the castmates, we try to do as many of the stunts as we can. Now, there's certain things that Sony and CBS won't allow us to do because we just might die. And so our stunt team has been nominated for Emmys because they're so good at what they do.
Yeah.
But Hondo ain't scared of nothing, but Shemar Moore, I ain't too good with heights.
So you're afraid of heights?
No, so like if I'm over water, I'll go to Hawaii or somewhere and go cliff jumping. As long, because I can swim like a fish. I'm Michael Phelps' cousin, I swear.
Oh.
And, but no, but if I'm over water, I don't trip out. If there's a big airbag down there, I don't trip out. But if I see cement or anything like that, it's not for me.
That's not for you.
It's not for me. But you know, we take precaution at the show, safety. So I'm always hooked up to cables and stuff. So whenever I'm doing something with heights, I'll go the day before with the stunt team and just work it out until I get past my nerves, because I'm not letting my stunt double go in there for me if I don't have to. So I am determined to get it done by myself.
Well, that's commitment. That is okay. Let's talk about your beautiful mother. I know she was your #1 fan.
That's her ring.
Look, I love that you have these beautiful keepsakes.
This is her ring. So this is my mother's favorite ring. So if you can see
You're
that.
so affectionate.
My mother wore this for many, many, many years. And the night that she passed, I went to go see her. She was wearing this ring. We did what we needed to do. And I keep this close to my heart. I keep this with me. And this is with me every day, all day. So that's Mama's ring.
Look at the heart that he has. Your mama will be so proud of you. Thank you for being here, Shemar. Will you come back again and see us? All right. Season 8 of SWAT airs Fridays at 10 on CBS and is available to stream on Paramount Plus. We'll be right back. Our next guest is an actress and singer who you know from hit shows like Star and Grownish. Now she's starring in an inspiring new film called The Fire Inside. Please welcome Ryan Destiny. Do you feel the love?
I do. Wow, that's so sweet. Y'all are amazing. Oh my God, this is crazy.
You are amazing. Thank you so much for being here, Ryan.
Thank you.
I'm so excited you're here. I have to say that. You were amazing in The
you
Fire
so
Inside.
much.
Yes, you were. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
But girl, you started out in a singing group?
I did.
And you auditioned for America's Got Talent. Tell me about this.
I did, yes. Something I'll never do again, as far, obviously, but as far as the group goes. But it was just, you know, just very weird and crazy to go up on the stage and be judged, you know, by people and have to like hear the cheers and either somebody boos you or they love it. But it was a crazy experience, yeah.
Then is it true? So you met Justin Bieber when you were younger?
Oh my God.
Tell me what you remember about that.
This story will never die. So yeah, I did a competition, another singing competition.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a JV competition to like go fly out to LA to see his movie, Never Say Never. You know, at that age, you know, everyone was a fan of Justin Bieber. And yeah, I won it. And then they flew me out and I just got to meet a bunch of people, and it's crazy to think that a lot of the people that I met are now like my peers, and yeah, I know them. So it was cool, just a full circle.
So it seems like it was always meant to be. If you ran into a lot of your peers back then, and Justin Bieber, and now you're here. And then after that, 10 years later, after that, you ended up in one of his music videos. How did that come about? And did he remember you from before?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
You didn't even tell him?
No,
like, you know, I was
no.
the girl who won the contest.
You know, I didn't because it was a little too embarrassing for me. But yeah, him and his team reached out because, you know, he was doing like an album with a lot of visuals and he wanted a lot of actors involved. And yeah, they reached out and and wanted me. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So it was cool. It was very different than when I was a little teenager back then. But yeah, he was really sweet. So yeah.
That is amazing. You have an amazing career. This is awesome. And you've been in the industry, right? You've been in the industry for a minute, and if you work with Justin Bieber, like, have you ever been starstruck by anybody?
Definitely Beyonce.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, we were like at a party and she recognized me, y'all.
Okay, I understand.
It was crazy.
I understand.
Like the little girl in me just would have never thought that was a thing. She like pulled me, and I think she was a fan of like Star and stuff. So yeah, she really loved what I was doing and said I was incredible. I was like, what are you talking about right now? Like, it's just insane. But to actually say this also in front of you is nuts.
The other dream girl.
That raised me, okay?
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we love you.
Oh my, I love you.
As you should know, you are fabulous, and you are so good in this movie, The Fire Inside. I mean, from actress to actress, like you're so different from your character. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Can you tell everyone what it's about?
Oh man. So this is a true story about a two-time Olympic gold medalist, Clarissa Shields, and she's the greatest female boxer of all time. And this is her story leading up to the Olympics. And yeah, growing up in Flint, Michigan, her and her trainer, their relationship, and just what it took to get there and fighting against all odds. So she's an incredible athlete that everyone should get familiar with and know her story, because it's historical, literally. So
you played that part, young lady.
Thank you.
I have some actor questions, because how do you even prepare for a role like that? Like, she was legit a boxer.
Yes.
You worked with Michael B. Jordan on this? You got to spar with him? What was that?
Okay, sure, yes. We had the
She's
same...
so chill about it. Story, yes.
No, 'cause it sounds way more deep than it actually is. We had the same boxing coach that he had for Creed and I had for this, and yeah, so we had a moment where we like sparred together. It was not cute. It was not glamorous. I was very not cute in that moment, and it was.
That's what you remember.
Yes, that's what I remember. Yes, I just knew that I felt like I was about to fall out, for sure. So, but it was really fun, and he's been supportive, you know, throughout the whole process, and obviously just having that connection of doing a boxing film is really no joke, you know, and it takes so much out of you physically, mentally, emotionally, and it was such a process, and I trained for months, and I'd never boxed before, so it wasn't something that I was like, oh yeah, I do this, like, never been in a fight, so it was very new for me.
Oh, listen, I heard you got punched.
I did.
While you were practicing. Tell us about that.
I did. It was during stunt training, and luckily he had a glove on, so it was not anyone that you guys would know, but it was a part of the stunt crew, and yeah, he tapped me a little bit, got me on the face. Got me on the face. Did it become real to you then? I mean, a little bit. I was like, wow, I didn't know. I didn't know that's what that felt like. So that's new. You got to just shake it off. You know, it's like an adrenaline thing that you just shake off. But it was something that became normal at a point for me, for sure.
All right.
But, yeah.
That means you were committed to that character. Thank you so much for coming to see us. You're awesome. Come back anytime, okay?
Please, I'll remember that.
All right. The Fire Inside is in theaters now. We'll be right back. Before the recent LA fires, many people didn't know about the rich history of the city, Altadena. Take a look.
This is another area that is engulfed right now.
Businesses have been destroyed.
It's like stuff happens so fast.
7 o'clock, my phone rang. Somebody called me, and my TV was still on. And I looked at it, and I saw the store in front of our shop was in flames. I was determined to go see if our shop is still there. And when I got there, I saw our shop burning.
A friend of mine called me, and she said, Eden Canyon is on fire. The level of devastation is just so heartbreaking. It just doesn't exist anymore.
Altadena, you know, it's a hidden gem this oasis for diversity to thrive.
When black people were doing well, there wasn't a lot of places that they can move.
During the civil rights movement, policies that kept black families from owning homes became almost unenforceable.
And so Altadena being one of those places that right after the line cut off, a lot of people found their way.
So there in Altadena, we found that space where we opened our shop.
In Altadena, black home ownership is at about 82%. I don't know that that can actually be replicated anywhere else.
This is one of the most devastating incidents that California has ever seen.
I just started thinking, okay, we need to get supplies to people.
We will rebuild. I'm confident in that.
We're going to figure it out, and we're going to know through it all that God stayed present the whole time.
From Altadena, California, please welcome Nikki, Emeka, and his dad, Anoiche, and Pastor BJ. Come on out. All of this love for y'all. Give them a hand, y'all. Wow. Whew. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being here.
For having us.
Do you feel the love?
We feel the love.
Yes. And we feel the love for you guys in your community. Can you tell us what Altadena means to you?
I'm going to give you a really simple and direct answer to a complicated question. Altadena is home.
What else needs to be said after that? Anybody else want to say anything?
It's a beautiful place, beautiful hikes, beautiful nature right in our backyard. It's multicultural, and it's been a place for people like us to thrive.
Right. So much history and context. Family. BJ, you look like you got something.
That's where we're from. We're born and raised there, and even though we've ventured out into different places, you always come back, like she said, home. So that's what we know as home.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Nikki, tell us where you were when the fires first started.
I was at home and in bed with my dogs. I got a call from a friend of mine. She said, "Where'd you evacuate to?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because I hadn't received any evacuation orders.
So no orders?
No. But immediately, corralled the dogs and got in my car, and we evacuated. I can see the fires from my rear view mirror. But the next day, I was actually looking for Wi-Fi and power. And at my bookstore in Pasadena, which is the only black-owned bookstore in Pasadena, we had Wi-Fi and power, so I just posted on Instagram, and I said, "Hey, everybody, I have Wi-Fi and power. Come on over if you need help."
Wow. So you just instantly just went into service.
Yes.
And Emeka, what about you?
Tuesday night, I saw the flames from my house.
From your house?
In a far distance in the east. And I had a stubborn confidence that, hey, this thing isn't gonna come this far towards us in the west. And unfortunately, the next morning, it had burned down the whole town, And my father called me in the morning. He saw our store burning saw the store across the street burning on TV. And he went racing, and by the time he got there, he saw our shop in flames. And he called me. It was a heartbreaking call, to hear that from my father.
Right.
The everything we have built, everything we contributed to the community, it burned down that morning, and we didn't have a second to grab anything. But I came running, came racing. I knew I had to be strong. I knew it wasn't the end, but a new beginning.
All right. Anoiche, what do you have to say?
Well, I watched the fire the whole night.
The whole night?
And then they said, "Oh, it's going east." Then I figured it's not coming down into the town. And then about 4:30 in the morning, I went to sleep. And my phone rang about 7 o'clock. Somebody called me, and my TV was still playing, and it says Altadena. And I said, wow. And then the shop the store across the street from our shop was on fire. So I said, oh no, I'm going over there, I'm going over there. So I jumped in my car and I drove. And then I saw behind our shop, next door is the post office. All of their trucks were on fire. And then I turned on our street and I saw our shop on fire.
Oh my goodness. That
And I screamed and cried all the way home.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Then I stopped and called my son, but I was in pain.
Yes.
So I looked at it, I said, well, you know, the old African says, sometimes it takes for one door to close, for another one to open.
Come on.
Yeah.
Whew. Can y'all stick around for a little bit longer? Yes. This is uplifting. All right, more when we return. We're back with some of Altadena's best community leaders. I have to say, guys, you could feel like your pride, the hope that hearing you guys speak and seeing y'all's strength, I think it's inspiring everyone. And I know it's gonna continue to make a huge difference. So, you know, just know the inspiration that you all are. And I think we all feel connected, right, guys? In some way. Now, Pastor BJ, now I know as a minister, you have like strong relationships and ties to the community. Right. Like, who all have you seen that has suffered through this? And what do you feel is a trick to help continue to bring the community together in times like this?
Well, it's really strange because I think that we know personally about 35, 40 families that have been affected. And people keep reporting about the structures, 9,300 structures and businesses burned down, but those are families. Like my aunt is here in the audience and my cousin, Aunt Cheryl and cousin Carl, the only thing that they were able to save was the portrait of his grandfather off the wall. Once he called his mom and told his mom, I can't save the house. She said, at least get the picture that they brought. There it is, all the way back from Mississippi. Yeah. And so, and daily,
yeah.
It's not business as usual.
Pass this down.
It's not, thank you, it's not just continue on like there's not families connected. We really thank you for this because they keep reporting about Eden. Eden is just a small street in Altadena. It's the Altadena fire. All of Altadena is burned down. So it's important that people like you report the real story, what's really happened, and open your house up to real people who are affected. We're just workers trying to make sure that the story is told the way that it's supposed to be told.
Thank you guys for that. Thank you. Whew. There's so many things to be said about it, but just seeing like the picture that you want to bring from your loved ones, those things are important. Like, it's people's lives here, memories, what we built as communities. And it's, I know, like we speak of the shells and the material things. Right. But we live life to build memories with our loved ones and our families. And even in loss, sometimes all you have left is that picture. You know what I mean? Is that memory. Yeah. So all of those things are crucial and very important and dear to people. And it goes, I keep saying, beyond material things. And this is something that cannot be dealt with overnight. Right. Sometimes we see, you know, when it's happening in the moment and then everyone goes away and others are left to deal with it. And it's like, no, we got to help pull each other through these times. And it's the time that none of us has ever seen before. As I was sitting watching it, I was thinking what my mother used to say, if you think you've seen it all, keep on living.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here watching like, well, my God, what are we experiencing? But I think the beauty in it is seeing people like yourselves come together and to make a difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. To help each other and to pull through. So it's still a beauty in it, you know? In the midst of that. Now, what I want to get to is this movement where you guys saying, do not sell. What's happening with that? Because they're trying to encourage the people in Altadena to sell the homes? How does that go?
So, Altadena is not for sale, is something that you're probably hearing about.
Yes.
For us and for the community of Altadena, it's more than a movement, it's more than a hashtag. It's us towing the line together. We hold hands and saying Altadena is not for sale. So predatory landowners, you can go away because we won't sell.
Come on. That's a whole movement. It will not be moved. Thank you for saying that, and thank you guys so much for being here. We are praying for you, okay? Be encouraged. Keep doing what you're doing, all right? You guys are our leaders. To find out more about how you can help these amazing community leaders, please visit our website. We'll be right back.